Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Munmun Bhattacharya, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets visiting acting President of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, in New Delhi. Discussions cover full spectrum of India-Venezuela relations and explore avenues for further cooperation in areas of energy, security, trade and investment, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, transportation and renewable energy. US House of Representatives passes a war powers resolution directing President Trump to either end US military action against Iran or seek authorization from the US Congress to continue it. Israel and Lebanon agree to implement a ceasefire if Hezbollah stops attacks. First World Yogasana Sports Championship 2026 commences in Ahmedabad today, bringing together yoga enthusiasts from around the world. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held wide-ranging discussions with Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, in New Delhi on Thursday. The leaders reviewed the full spectrum of bilateral relations and explored new avenues of cooperation in energy, trade, investment, healthcare, automobiles, among others. The leaders also exchanged views on global and regional issues of mutual interest. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to deepening the bilateral partnership and advancing the interests of the Global South. Earlier, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar called on visiting acting president of Venezuela in New Delhi. Dr. Jaishankar, in a social media post, said he deeply values the Venezuelan acting president's long-standing commitment to the India-Venezuela relationship. He also reaffirmed India's commitment to strengthening ties with the South American nation. The visiting acting president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, also visited Rajghat, the memorial of Mahatma Gandhi, to pay tributes to India's father of the nation. Speaking at a special MEA briefing on the visit of the acting president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, Secretary East in the Ministry of External Affairs, Rudendra Tandon, noted that Venezuela has already emerged as the third largest supplier of crude oil this month. He added that the discussions were focused on forging an energy partnership.
Venezuela has already emerged as the third largest supplier this month. So quite naturally, today's discussions focused on forging an energy partnership. The Venezuelan energy sector is undergoing a fundamental transformation. They see India as a stable demander for many years to come, and therefore there exists a perfect complementarity for India and Venezuela to work in the energy sector, both upstream as well as downstream. The discussions also went into broadening the economic partnership to other areas.
The MPA secretary noted that Venezuela is resource-rich with skilled people and is showing early signs of sustained growth. Opportunities exist beyond energy, including mining, agriculture, transportation and pharmaceuticals, with a focus on enabling Indian businesses to enter the market successfully.
Venezuela is a very large country which is resource-rich, has talented, hardworking people that is now showing the first signs to moving to a path of sustained growth. So there are huge opportunities, not just in the energy sector, but also in areas like mining, in areas like animal husbandry, transportation, agriculture equipment, automotive sector and pharmaceuticals. These too were discussed And the whole idea was to try and work out ways in which Indian commercial entities can enter the Venezuelan market successfully, and a new partnership in these areas can be forged.
The MEA Secretary further said Venezuela is rich in resources including gold, diamonds and critical minerals with active mining potential. Discussions are focused on assessing reserves and exploring possible cooperation, which will be part of upcoming follow-up activities.
Venezuela is a resource-rich country. It's not just critical minerals, it's also gold, diamonds, and other material. So mining is very much there. In fact, there was a discussion on how to assess the potential reserves that they have, whether we could cooperate in that area. And that is very much part of the follow-up activities we will be undertaking following the visit. On BRICS, BRICS did come up, but if I recollect correctly in the conversation, it was more to complement India and the Prime Minister for his chairmanship of BRICS.
Amid the ongoing West Asia crisis, Indian officials held an inter-ministerial press briefing on Thursday to address concerns over energy supplies and aviation operations. Briefing the media, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Sujata Sharma, said India's supply of crude oil, LPG and natural gas remains stable, adding that adequate stocks of petrol, diesel and natural gas are available across the country.
Despite the ongoing situation in West Asia, supplies of crude oil, LPG, natural gas remain stable, and adequate stocks of petrol, diesel, LPG are available in the country. Our refineries are operating at optimum level. As far as domestic cooking LPG gas is concerned, no dry out has been reported on the LPG distributorships. Around 99% of the bookings are now online, and 96% of the deliveries are through delivery authentication code.
Director in the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Rohit Raj, said that the Union Cabinet has approved a budgetary support mechanism of up to 10,000 crore for aviation turbine fuel or ATF price stabilization aimed at supporting Indian carriers amid global volatility.
A one-time budgetary support mechanism of rupees up to 10,000 crores to provide ATF price stabilization support to scheduled Indian carriers. This decision has been taken in a larger public interest to protect air connectivity, ensure stability in air services, and shield passengers from the impact of extraordinary volatility in the global fuel prices arising out of the ongoing crisis.
A meeting of the BRICS Cultural Working Group was held in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. This is the second BRICS meeting being hosted by India. Speaking to DD News, Vivek Agarwal, Secretary Ministry of Culture, Government of India, said that holding this meeting in Varanasi is particularly significant. He added that India's art and culture will reach BRICS nations and that Indian cultural products would also help generate employment and increase income.
हम इस प्रकार का आयोजन करते हैं और हम एक ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म को बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं जिसमें जो सारे मेंबर कंट्रीज़ हैं उनके यहाँ भी जो आर्टिस्ट और आर्टिसंस हैं और जो क्रिएटिव इंडस्ट्री के भागीदार हैं उनको विजिबिलिटी मिले और उनको बाज़ार भी मिले। उसी तरह जो भारत के आर्टिस्ट और आर्टिसंस हैं उनको विश्व के बाज़ार के साथ साथ प्राइमरी तरीके से जो ब्रिक्स कंट्रीज़ हैं उनसे बहुत अच्छा सहयोग अगर मिलेगा तो हमारा जो पूरा धरोहर है जिसकी हम जो सस्टेनेबल एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन में उपयोग कर सकते हैं उसको एक बहुत बड़ा बूस्ट इस प्रकार के आयोजनों से हो सकता है।
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday unveiled the revised delegation of financial powers for the defence services, significantly enhancing spending authority for military commanders and procurement officials. The revised framework increases financial powers by up to 100%, with some categories receiving even higher enhancements. Financial powers for indigenization and research and development have been doubled to support self-reliance in defence manufacturing. The move is expected to speed up procurement, decentralize decision-making and facilitate procurement of more than 1.25 lakh crore rupees through the revenue route as per current year budgetary allocations. Special financial powers for Army, Navy and Air Force commanders have also been increased to meet urgent operational requirements. The revised financial powers, the first update since 2021, aims to improve operational efficiency and ensure faster availability of resources for the armed forces. Ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Daman on the 5th of June, the Union Territory Administration has launched a week-long mega cleanliness drive from June 1st to 7th. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya brings us this report.
Daman is witnessing one of its largest cleanliness campaign as the Union Territory Administration launches a week-long mega sanitation drive from June 1st to June 7th. The initiative comes ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Daman on June 5th and aims to reinforce the region's commitment to cleanliness, sustainability and environmental conservation. Coinciding with World Environment Day, the campaign is being carried out in line with the objectives of Mission Life and the Swachh Bharat Mission. Government departments, educational institutions and community groups and volunteers are joining hands to clean public spaces, beaches and key tourist areas across the Union Territory.
Since we all know that our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, is arriving in our Union Territory, Daman Diu Dadra Nagar Haveli. In that context, we, the people of Daman, has make an initiative of cleanliness drive and ensuring that we keep our दमन एंड इंडिया क्लीन एंड क्लीन।
हम बहुत खुश है सारे दमनवासी कि हमारे पीएम यशस्वी नरेंद्र मोदी जी हमारे संघ प्रदेश में आ रहे हैं और उनके इनिशिएटिव है ग्रीन इंडिया क्लीन इंडिया। उसके तहत हमने सारी साफ सफाई यहाँ मुहिम चला रखी है और हम 1 तारीख से 7 तारीख तक ये लगातार करेंगे और उसके बाद भी करते रहेंगे।
हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री जब 2014 में देश के प्रधानमंत्री बने तब सब सर का पहला ही जो कोई ये था कि देश में स्वच्छता सर्वोपरि होना चाहिए। आज हम सर को ये दिखाना चाहते हैं, सर को कहना चाहते हैं, सर आपके दिए हुए मार्ग पे पूरे दमनवासी चल रहे हैं।
Daman has emerged as a model for coastal cleanliness in recent years. Large-scale sanitation drives have mobilized thousands of volunteers to remove single-use plastic and other waste from its coastline, helping preserve the region's natural beauty and marine ecosystem. The week-long campaign is expected to further strengthen public participation and showcase Daman's efforts towards building a cleaner, greener and more sustainable future. Tapas Bhattacharya's report for DD India.
The Delhi police has registered an FIR under charges of culpable homicide against the owner of the property in connection with the fire that broke out in Malviya Nagar. Hotel owner Lavkesh Bajaj has been detained hours after police said he was absconding. A magisterial inquiry has also been ordered. A massive fire broke out at a bed and breakfast in a 5-story building in the South Delhi locality early on Wednesday, killing at least 21 people and injuring several others. At least 18 foreign nationals were among those who died in the fire. Meanwhile, the rescue operation launched after the fire in Malviya Nagar has been completed and the blaze has been fully extinguished. Minister of State for External Affairs Kirti Vardhan Singh visited Max Super Specialty Hospital and the All India Institute of Medical Sciences to check on the condition of those injured in the tragic fire incident in Malviya Nagar, New Delhi, including several foreign nationals. He wished a speedy recovery to all the patients undergoing treatment in the hospitals, expressing deep condolences to the families of those who have lost their loved ones. He further said that the Ministry of External Affairs is in constant contact with the concerned embassies and is providing necessary assistance. Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta also met those injured in the tragic fire incident. She reviewed the ongoing treatment and directed officials to extend all necessary assistance. In a tweet, she said, an ex gratia of 10 lakh rupees will be provided to the next of kin of each deceased, and those who have been seriously injured will receive 5 lakh rupees in assistance. Weather updates from parts of India now. The India Met Department on Thursday declared the onset of the southwest monsoon over Kerala, making the official start of India's rainy season after a delay of 3 days from its usual arrival date of 1st June. The weather agency had earlier said that the conditions had become favorable for the monsoon to advance into Kerala and adjoining regions, bringing widespread rainfall across the state. The Kerala government has meanwhile imposed a 52-day trawling ban from June 9 to July 31 to protect marine life. The IMD expects rainfall in India to be around 90% of the long period average this year. Meanwhile, national capital Delhi and its surrounding areas received heavy pre-monsoon showers on Thursday, bringing temporary relief from the ongoing scorching heat. The sudden rainfall disrupted the usual dry spell, with residents witnessing intermittent showers accompanied by gusty winds and lightning. The downpour offered a brief respite, cooling the city's sweltering temperatures and refreshing the atmosphere after days of intense heat. We'll take a breather at this point in time and be back with more news. Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. Updates on US-Iran war now. The US House of Representatives on Wednesday passed a war powers resolution directing President Trump to either end US military action against Iran or seek authorization from the US Congress to continue it. The House voted 215 to 208 as 4 Republicans voted with Democrats in favor of the war powers resolution. 7 House members did not vote. Wednesday's vote marked the 4th time this year that the House has voted on a war powers resolution to force Trump to seek congressional backing for his military actions against Iran. Wednesday's House war powers resolution now proceeds to the Senate, which passed a similar bill in May. While the resolution is unlikely to become law, it represents a stark rebuke against Trump's decision to join Israel in attacking Iran on the 28th of February, launching an ongoing conflict that will reach its 100th day on Saturday. US President Donald Trump said Iran has agreed not to have a nuclear weapon and that he would probably meet with the Supreme Leader of Iran, Mojtaba Khamenei. Trump said that progress in talks with Iran could come within days and that Washington expects to secure Tehran's enriched uranium stockpile under a potential deal. Trump said that if a deal is reached, we will get it and we will destroy it. Trump also said the United States was attempting to keep the Iran negotiations distinct from other regional tensions, including hostilities involving Israel and Hezbollah. He indicated there had been recent contacts aimed at de-escalation. In a podcast interview, Trump also said that Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah remains actively involved in diplomatic negotiations with the United States and he would like to meet him.
A strong action for a different reason. So they were reciprocating it.
Mr. President, can you explain why
the negotiation itself has gone very well, actually. Very well.
Mr. President,
It could happen. I mean, if it happens, and it might not happen, you know, who knows? But if it happens, it could happen like over the weekend. But as it stands now, we will go in sometime in the not too distant future. It's very safe down there. You know, we have, with Space Force, we have cameras. Every angle of those 3 sites are being watched at all times. If anybody went there, we'll see exactly what's happening, and we'll blow it up a little bit further.
Meanwhile, the Gulf hostilities flared again on Wednesday as Iranian attacks on Kuwait damaged its airport and injured dozens, while the US military carried out strikes near the Strait of Hormuz. Flights at Kuwait International Airport were suspended after Kuwaiti authorities said an Iranian drone and missile attack damaged airport facilities and diplomatic missions, killing 1 person and injuring more than 60 others. Later on Wednesday, Iran's IRGC denied attacking the airport and said the destruction at the airport was caused in error by US Patriot systems after failing to intercept Iranian missiles. Kuwait Airways and Jazeera Airways later resumed flights after taking safety measures. Updates on the other war front in West Asia. Israel and Lebanon on Wednesday agreed to the implementation of a ceasefire following negotiations in Washington aimed at ending the conflict. According to a joint statement released with the United States, the ceasefire is contingent on a complete cessation of fire from Hezbollah militia and the evacuation of all of its operatives from the South Litani sector. The 2 sides also agreed to create pilot zones in which the Lebanese armed forces will take exclusive control of the territory to the exclusion of all non-state actors. The meetings in Washington were the 4th round of direct talks by Lebanese and Israeli diplomats since fighting erupted on the 2nd of March when Hezbollah renewed attacks against Israel in support of Iran. Both sides will meet again on the 22nd of June to further hold talks with a view towards reaching a comprehensive agreement. Meanwhile, Lebanese official media reported Israeli airstrikes in the country's south on Thursday, hours after the 2 sides announced truce. Lebanon's state-run national news agency reported drone strikes along roads at several southern locations. Earlier on Thursday morning, the Israeli military said air raid sirens were sounded in northern Israel, with 1 incident involving a suspicious aerial target resolved, while another incident was found to be a false alarm. The World Yogasana Sports Championship 2026 is set to open from today in Ahmedabad, signaling a significant leap in the global acknowledgement of yoga as a competitive sport. With more than 400 athletes from over 60 countries participating, the championship is a milestone towards establishing Yogasana within the Olympic sporting framework. PM Narendra Modi will attend the event virtually today. The inaugural edition of WYC 2026 will witness athletes from across the world, including the USA, Ghana, Kenya, Malaysia, Sri Lanka and Uzbekistan, among others. They are converging in Ahmedabad for the historic inaugural championship. Host India will feed 122-member contingent that will be fielded by India, with athletes competing across 6 age categories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended best wishes to all those taking part in the championship. In a social media post, he said, and I quote, "Yoga is gaining tremendous popularity across the world. On 4th June, a very special competition, the first World Yogasana Sports Championship 2026 commences in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. This platform has brought together yoga enthusiasts from around the world. It is a significant milestone on the global sporting roadmap for Yogasana. I will be joining the event via technology as well at around 6:40 p.m. Thursday evening. My compliments to those who have organized such an innovative event and best wishes to all taking part." A shark named Ritinha has predicted Brazil will beat Morocco in their World Cup opener. The prediction took place at an aquarium in Rio de Janeiro. Ritinha chose the Brazil-labeled option in front of spectators. The activity follows a tradition of animal-based match predictions. Officials say the event also aims to improve public perception of sharks. Brazil now looks to begin its campaign with a win. That's all in this edition of DD India Live. But do share your thoughts with us on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. This is Munmun Bhattacharya from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.